Okay. Casey says, what is going on? What's going on, Casey, is that I have been, for the past several days, I don't know if you saw any of this, but I've been streaming the construction of this whole drop-down console for this new game. And it's got all this stuff now. So it's got like copy and paste and, you know, windowing for the cursor here. And I can, oh, I've got mouse control of the cursor. I can copy and paste out of here. I can like Control X to cut. I can delete or backspace from inside. And we had just about finished all of this. Oh, it's also got scroll bar. And then I've got from different sources, things color differently. So if I do a command, well, that was my whole thing. But if I go like hello, and so my command is in a different color. This is also a review for everybody else in the stream. But then also like stuff that logs goes to a different color, right? So when I edit my variable tweak file, that'll now log into the console as well. So I'll just modify it so the hot loader hits it, and now it says, oh, there's a non-catalog asset change. So all this has been done over the past couple days of streaming. Oh, also mouse wheel, mouse wheel, mouse wheel, up to the top. Oh, right. That x64. So in x64, the mouse wheel doesn't go down because I have a unsigned signed conversion bug. Yeah, that's terrible. But other than that, it's all good. So we're going to have an x64 debug day, and we're going to have a compiler debug time now because there's a bug in constructors of global objects not getting initialized. So I need to fix that. Do I think word wrap line input would be better than the horizontal scrolling? Down here, I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like the use case is that you're going to have really long commands. In the witness, we never have really long commands here, so I'm not that worried about it. I just kind of wanted to do that to have it be fun. Now, the other thing is this text input widget is what we're going to use in the editor, and in the editor, we definitely want to wrap it based on what's happening. So, or not wrap it. We want the editor to be single line probably, because we pack a lot of lines on the screen or whatever, and you don't have real estate to expand out. But that might be the wrong choice. Maybe we want to make something that expands out if it gets big. I don't know. But for now, I'm cool with this. That's what I've been doing. So, oh, I also got character animation going. I don't know if you saw that. So we have animated characters. Couldn't it just expand while you were editing it? Maybe, yeah. I mean, I just, like, does it expand over other stuff? If that happens, then you have to have a special draw phase where you draw it after everybody else or use the Z buffer, right? So, and if you use the Z buffer, then when we add explosions and cool particle systems to the text input widget, then that doesn't work, right? So, I don't know. Decisions. Yes, it is very saucy. That's a good point. This is saucy. I didn't think about that. Okay, so the compiler bug is that in text input, I have to manually clear this struct. This is an array, and it has to manually get cleared because it doesn't get cleared properly, but I can set a breakpoint there, probably. It's this thing. Whoops, console input. So it's this input colon text input at line 12, 11, line 11. Usually you draw the active edit box last. Anyways, yeah, it might be the right answer. I mean, I kind of had fun doing this, and it's what's happening for now, and if it's not good, we'll change it later. Draw it first so you can measure how big it is, but if you draw it first, then yeah. We'll draw it first to an off-screen buffer and then blit the off-screen buffer. Okay. So, anyway, there's a routine that I can break in that's supposed to do initializations for global constructors, and it's been a long time, so I don't remember exactly where that is, but let's take a look. It's probably something for declaration. Where's this stuff? Okay, right. Copy expression to global data. Copy array. I say copy declaration to global data. Yeah, maybe. Here we go. In emit code for top level declaration, we do this thing called. I guess this flag no longer gets used. It must have been something I was using for debugging. There's this thing that says copy declaration to global data. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say if decal identifier and strings match decal identifier. I can't type anymore because I've been streaming all day. What is it called? Input equals 991. So let's build the debug compiler with that change. We'll look for my k equals 991, and we'll set a breakpoint there and run. Hey, so now, okay, this is a declaration. It is called input. Let's make sure it's the right input. It's in file line 11, that's promising. File console. So this is the right declaration. Let's write down the serial number because we care about that in case we want to track this guy down. It is 785732, so a relatively late thing to get compiled. Okay, let's just step into copy declaration to global data. Base address is not -1. That's good. That means it knows where in global data it is. It's got an identifier. It's not an enum. It's got a type. It's not a locally declared function. It does not have an expression, right? No. No expression. We need the size. Let's see what the size is. That should be right. Whoa. What? Oh, right, because it's got that array of 8,000 characters in it. That's why it's big. Let me go. I hope I didn't. Okay. Right. So this is the declaration. It's got a input buffer, and I don't even set that to uninitialized, which is goofy. I don't want to change that yet. Uninitialize input buffer. So one thing it's going to do here is clear that input buffer. So it's going to go down the members one by one and clear all of these. So should use implicit constructor, yes. So now we're going to go to copy struct global data, and now we're going to iterate over all the members one by one, like I said, and we're going to skip through the first few. It it identifier name. So this one is text, right? That's the first member. This one is entered. That's the second member. This one's escaped. Max buffer size, which is a constant, so this isn't going to do anything anyway. Input buffer, which it's just going to 0, and command history. So this is the one that's not working for some reason. And either it's not working here, or it's working here and getting screwed up elsewhere. Okay, it's not constant. It's not SOA. Oh, right. So it base address 8024. That sounds right. I'll test that later, but right, it's the 8,000. The base address is the offset into the struct, so it's this 8,000 plus 16 plus 4 for each of these, because these are, or no, it's let's call this, so this is 16, this is 8 together. These two are packed to the first 2 bytes in an 8-byte alignment. So that's 24, and then that's 8,000. So 8024 is correct. That's the address within the struct. We don't have literals, so we copy a declaration to global data with a base address of 18848 because it's 8024 plus the offset. Wait. I feel like I skipped over something. Where am I in the right place? S64 address, right? So the member's base address plus the base address that we passed in. So this is the offset of this struct from the beginning of global data, right? And then we add those two things. We add the beginning of the struct to the member's position within the struct. So that's about right. Okay, it's not a locally declared function. This is all this kind of stuff we just looked at. It's just another declaration. There's no expression. So now the definition size is 40, which is correct. It's an auto-expanding array. If we should use an implicit constructor, which hopefully we should. Oh no, it's this. It should be this one, yes. Memset segment data plus base address 0 for static unknown array size. Oh God, that's the problem. Probably. So back when I was starting the compiler and I didn't totally know how things go, I was coming up with the array types, right? And there was like, okay, static array is like this. This is just like an array in C, you know, it's the thing. But then we have like, you know, because I don't want things to just be a pointer as an array like in C. I want to pass the count around so the debugger knows about it and you can easily do bounds checking and all that, right? So I had things called a known array of known size or array of unknown size or whatever. And I just got confused here because is unknown array is true for 2 different array types. It's a bad idea. It's true for a dynamic array and an array of, it's basically true for this. There's an array type that's this, like I don't know how long that is, like someone passed me that and it already existed or something. And then there's this, right? And those 2 things, that is unknown array is true for both of these, but we're initializing this as though it was this. And it's stupid anyway, because what we should do is just use the size of the type. Actually, yeah, usually what I do is say, you know, is dynamic array or whatever. What line were we in? This is an easy fix. Basically, we just put def and size here. But I'm going to say refactor, rethink the wisdom of using is unknown array in this way because I think it doesn't have any use anymore except causing bugs, which it has. Halo 5 February 2017. I'll put a cleanup here because when we're going to do cleanup day sometime when I just like look for all these cleanup notes. I actually already did one of those, but it took long enough to do one cleanup that it was the only one on that stream. Okay, so in theory, that'll fix it. Because when I wrote this, I thought that unknown array only meant the small array thingamabopper, but this bigger expandable type also returns true for that. Let's just go for it, man. So actually, no, let's run the debug compiler because. All right, so let's comment this out. This was our workaround to clear the thing. So if we run, let's make sure the debug compiler is up to date. Yes, the scariest thing to the mind is the unknown array. All right, so debug compiler and yay, it's fixed. All right. Initializing ... in, or just in global data. So that would only fail in global. And you know what? That actually might be the cause of a couple other weird, rare compiler bugs. Because it only usually happens, so it only happens if you're compiling with the debug compiler, because then the CD gets in there. Or sometimes in the release compiler, you're unlucky, right? And you get non-zero. Which is actually lucky because it helps you repro your bug, but whatever. Wow, okay, so that's everything that I wanted to get done, honestly. Oh, there's one more little bug. Well, there's the fact that we screw up a little bit when there's non-single byte characters, but I'm honestly too tired tonight to do that. I may want to end the stream soon. Actually, let's do that. Are there any questions? Any questions about what I just did? Or any off-topic questions? Because I'm tired enough at this time and happy enough with what I got done that I could just do off-topic questions for a while. I don't know.